Dolphin emulator. Dolphin emulator?
So that's what they use to play GameCube games. Ooh.
See, you say Dolphin emulator, and the first thing my brain thinks of is Echo the Dolphin, which is not at all, I think, what you're referencing. But
I mean, I thought of that too because one of my friends back in the day liked to roleplay Echo of Dolphins, so I was very confused for a second.
oh, you do know what Echo the Dolphin is then?
Yes, because they actually emailed Sega to get permission to roleplay their game so Sega wouldn't sue them.
Yep. It is not often I run into someone who knows what Echo the Dolphin is.
I never played it, but I have
niche
definitely
type.
heard of it.
It is interesting. It's based on a true story.
Really?
It is. Hold on. Let me see if I can find... nope, not that one. Let's see if I can find the actual story behind it.
I can hear my puppy crying in the distance where Scrubby kidnapped her because she was being bad. She's trying to come back. She's like, please, Mom, let me back in the room. I'm not a bad puppy.
Let's see. John C. Lilly. Lilly was once a renowned respected scientist with a particular interest in marine biology and interspecies communication. In the early 1960s, he was given funding by NASA to research whether it was possible to teach dolphins to speak. NASA's logic was that if he could learn to communicate with dolphins, we would have a better understanding of how to converse with extraterrestrials if they were ever to pop down for a visit. Because of course, Lilly flooded a house in the Caribbean so that dolphins could live as closely as possible with him and his team, among them Margaret Howe Lavatt.
Oh my god.
Who I will not be reading that part. The experiment fizzled out as, unsurprisingly, no one was able to get any of them to talk. I'll check out YouTube. Useful if all aliens were named Margaret. Yeah, Lilly lost money to the project, moved away from the traditional space, and threw himself further into 1960s pseudo-mysticism and chemical experimentation. Yeah. So the long and the short of it is, NASA scientist floods a house, gives the dolphins ketamine, and then tries to get them to speak.
But doesn't ketamine like put them to sleep / can kill them?
Oh yeah, trigger warning, animal harm. Yes.
But say because that's what Dexter uses in all of his things to put his victims to sleep. I'm pretty sure ketamine's a sedative.
It is a sedative, and yes, it can kill you. And yes, it does kill most of the dolphins, I think. Although one of the dolphins, I think, is famously known for, I don't think it was even after receiving a dose of ketamine. If I remember correctly, it was, it just decided to hold its breath so long that it died.
Oh shit.
It's just like, yeah, it got. That's why I skipped over portions of that article, because it gets really not good. It gets really bad real quick.
That reminds me of a news article my mom told me about a long time ago about the guy who like did terrible things to himself, and it was a choice because he just decided not to live anymore. It's actually depressing, because dolphins are very human-like, because they're very social and they need their pods. He was probably depressed as hell.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, if it's interesting to you, I would recommend that you read it. However, I would also recommend that you go in fully accepting that every single part of that story is messed up, and the dolphins do die. And they do get borderline abused. It is a horrible story.
I definitely will read it, because I remember I watched Blackfish. Fun fact chat, I used to go to SeaWorld all the time as a kid, so I actually saw Tilikum in person. And knowing that about him as an adult makes me depressed, because I remember when I was like go as a kid, I'd be so excited to have him like splash water at us. Like just seeing him in person was like the biggest event of my life, because he was such a big fish, and knowing everything that happened like broke my heart. And to this day, I still don't blame him.
No, it's hard to.
Because, I mean, even before SeaWorld, the abuse at Sealand was outrageous. He was already damaged before SeaWorld even got him.
Yep. They did not. No. It's... I grew up in California, and the aquariums are a big issue in California because there's a lot of, or there used to be more aquariums in California, but a lot of them got shut down because what they would do is they were taking animals out of their environment because California is rich with sea life immediately at its border. There's otters, there's whales, sharks go through there. And what companies would do is they would lure them, capture them, and then display them in aquarium. So there was a big crackdown, and it's a big topic of conversation over there. To the point where there's really only 2 publicly recognized aquariums in the entirety of the state. There's not that many. And see, both of them focus on relief efforts for the most part.
And now, I don't live in Charleston. Before y'all try to go to Charleston and see if I'm there. But every time I visit Charleston, that's the one thing I will notice about their aquarium is they have a sea turtle rehabilitation where they capture the sea turtles, fix them, whether it be their shell broke or they're struggling to thrive, and then they will release them. A lot of the aquariums, even around here, have become catch releases, not just you're here for your whole life.
That's the correct way to do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you take in an injured or otherwise debilitated animal, and you only keep them if there is no other option.
I will say the sad part is, though, a lot of those animals, as soon as they become dependent upon you feeding them, you cannot release them.
That's the issue is if you keep them for longer than 3 to 4 months, it can permanently change their behavioral patterns to the point where they can't be released.